Like if this was any other jump, it would have been totally fine, but you're in the air for what feels like 30 seconds. Probably one of my top stories would be from Whistler. It was at the end of a 2-week-long trip. Me and a bunch of my buddies were up there, and we decided for the last day we were gonna go big on everything. We're gonna do the longest ascent on the mountain, and then we were gonna go hit the gnarliest downhill trail on the mountain with the steepest chutes and the gnarliest features, and then we were gonna hit the biggest line of jumps on the mountain. We started the day off with Top of the World. We got that down and out of the way, went over to a trail called Trespasser. It's very gnarly. It's probably the only trail in the world that I'll either walk or crash a decent bit of the way down. We got that out of the way, and then we got to the main event, which was Crabapple Hits. It's the biggest jump line in all of Whistler. The first couple of jumps are about the size of like a regular jump on your average jump trail. So if you think of like the average jump on A-line, maybe like 15 to 20 feet, that's like the first couple of jumps. And those are the setup jumps. You hit those jumps to get a good feel for the third and the fourth one. You hit the third jump. The third jump's probably, without exaggerating, I want to say like 30 feet. So you're up in the air for a real long while. And then the fourth jump's bigger than anything that I've ever done on a dirt bike. It's like a full-size moto jump. You come off the third jump, you're going like, again, try not to exaggerate, you're going 25, 30 miles an hour. You have to take 2 pedal strokes to make the fourth jump. Don't hit your brakes, and you're 50, 55 feet off the fourth one. So the entire morning I'm stressing out about this. So we go do the first 2 trails, no problem, no big deal, and make it to Crabapple. We're all standing at the top of Crabapple, and one of my buddies, he says, dude, just do exactly what I tell you. You're gonna make it, you'll be fine, follow me in. So we go in on the first run, there's 3 of us, and my buddy Jeff leads us in. He nails it because he's done it a bunch of times before. My buddy Dylan comes off the third jump, I'm following him, and I hit the brakes and I pull right off to the side, and I watch Dylan go and make it perfectly. So now I'm sitting there and I'm just like, dude, all right, like if I go home without doing this, I'm gonna be super bummed. And then somebody said the famous last words, all right, it's our last run. Since we're here already, we might as well hit the jumps and then ride all the way through to the bottom. So third run, we come down, everybody hits the jump. I come off of the fourth jump. I get bucked incredibly slowly. So until the very end, I'm not even aware that I'm gonna like end up on my nose, but I'm slowly rotating through the air. And by the time I'm about to hit the ground, I'm like 45 degrees. I'm looking at the ground and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is the end, I'm going down. So I come out of the sky, land completely on my front tire on this jump, only land on my fork. My fork bottoms out, bounces, my rear wheel doesn't even hit the ground yet. And then I just go straight to my face and slide down the face of the jump. So when I hit the ground, I actually did one of those like when you're watching like a kung fu movie and some dude takes a punch to the stomach real hard. I did one of those when I hit the ground and just like a full like, ugh! Like I hit the ground so hard that on the adjacent trail that was in the trees, there was a trail crew member that was just happening to do some work over there. She runs out of the tree lines, comes over to help me and is like, is anyone behind you? This, that, and the other. I'm like, no, we're fine. She gets me off the trail and she's like, dude, I heard you hit the ground and I thought somebody died. If that gives you an idea of how hard I hit the ground, that's about what it was. I was all bruised up. I was completely bloodied, wind knocked out, all that sort of stuff. Well, my buddies in front of me, when they heard me hit the ground, they thought I was stoked. They thought I landed it and I was so excited that I had made the jump a third time that I was just screaming out for joy. So they rode all the way to the bottom thinking I was right behind them. So they get to the bottom and they're waiting for me for like 15, 20 minutes. Like, dude, what happened to him? And I finally roll up, like side saddling my bike, just like completely bruised, elbows all jacked up, like hips bleeding, knees bleeding. So they ended up actually power washing me out by the bike washing station. So we decided, we're like, all right, well, like it's time to leave. And I had a plate in my elbow from where I'd broken it probably like 4 months prior. And the thing started swelling up as soon as we started driving home. So I just decided I wanted to get home as quick as possible. So we actually ended up driving from Whistler, Canada, back to my house nonstop for 22 hours in order to get home so I could get the thing checked out. And I didn't let Dylan take the wheel the entire time because I was just like, in my head, I had this mission where I was like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm driving home, like Dylan's sleeping or taking a nap. Like I'm gonna do this. So we actually ended up driving home 22 hours straight, nonstop. And we actually ended up beating my buddy home, who took a plane home the next morning. So ended up driving all the way home, getting the old elbow checked out. And it ended up being totally fine. But after that, my favorite little bragging right to all my buddies that were there that year was that I did the 24-hour drive injured. And yeah, it didn't stop.